All right, so we are back, and I think these numbers are right. What about, so let's see, vertical. What happened? What is it doing? Oh, I see. It's adjusting the numbers based on this. I really wish it wouldn't. Auto slice is wrong. Vertical 3 auto slice is wrong. Oh, I see. So this changes all the numbers. I don't like. Okay, great. 72. Was it 96? We saw the individual images were 97, 72, 97. I think there must be some separation here. Okay, let's do this. It'd be cool. I don't. Huh. Like, we can't offset. It's very insistent that yeah, see how it's like, oh, well, the spreadsheet isn't wide enough to fit a whole other thing, so it cuts it off. That is inconvenient. I wish it would not do that. Because obviously there is some, like, no. Maybe 1 pixel? What's going on here? You know, if you at first you don't succeed, try again. So we're just gonna keep on iterating through this until this works. So this is happy, but then these are not right with this offset. Right, so we have to do essentially that. If I decrease the separation but increase the width. That doesn't work either, does it? Does this work? No. Does this work? I think it does, other than the fact that this doesn't want to select. Okay, this is our zoom. Hey, that would have been good to do before. Look, I want you to select this frame. I know you don't think it's there, but it is. I think this is the walk animation though. Why are we so stretched? Why am I at, okay. Undo. Wait. Reset position, reset scale, okay. Why? Center view. Okay, cool. 100%. Great. We have a character. We have a collision shape. We're gonna expand the collision shape to cover the character. Brilliant. We did actually change this type to animated sprite 2D. I'm gonna change the name, animated sprite 2D, to match the type that it is. What if I play this? Amazing. Okay, we're gonna call this walk. Gonna add a new one called idle. And then what did we click? We clicked add frames from sprite sheet. Now we get to do this again. So I think these are supposed to be the idle animations. Hold on. So first of all, let's do 120. I mean, it would be 97 times 2 plus no pixels separation. What's 97 times 2? 180, 194. But we can't do that much because reasons. Also, no separation, no. Why are they narrower? Kind of weird. I don't have the ability to, oops. What do we think about these? To add those frames. So what does this look like? The collision shape here should be also, we have a little something going on here with the sprite sheet. Okay, can we edit? Can we stop the animation? Can we edit the source here of the sprite frame? Add frame from file, add frames from sprite sheet. I guess I just delete that and I can add another one. Yeah, that there's ever so slightly. Oh, I can scroll. Oh, there's okay. I can change where I'm. Okay, cool. So weird. So what does that look like? Huh. So we remove this one. It's not great in terms of like an idle animation, but it'll do. And then walk. Something like that. And I feel like, yeah, there you go. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so there's our player. If we go back to, let's close the menu. We don't need that open. We're at the game. One thing I want to do is we need to change the ability to, like, how high we can jump. So jump velocity is what we apply when we jump, and so let's double that. I feel like let's just go ahead and export our jump velocity. And we'll be able to configure this, right? Yeah. Instead of having these constants. All right, so if we play this, we should be able to jump higher. Okay, maybe double is maybe too much. Also, we're wedged. We're wedged. We can't jump because we're not on the floor. That's unfortunate. All right, let's talk about this. So let's erase some tiles here. You know, rather than fixing the issue of the player being wedged, we'll just like remove the circumstance that allowed that. And then let's change the player's jump velocity to not be negative 800. Will be 600. What was it before? Was it? It must have been negative 400, right? Because we doubled it. New game. We broke what the camera is following. Right, so Phantom Camera 2D here. We need to follow the player. Let's see if that works. If it's a scene like that. If the player's a scene, can we follow? Yes, okay, cool. Alrighty. Feels kind of floaty. Obviously, we're not using the walk animation. I don't think we're even using. Let's go back to player. So, animated sprite 2D, animation idle, frame 0. Is there a thing to auto? Yeah, animation looping, autoplay on load. Yeah, so that'll be something. It's not gonna look good, but it'll be something. See? So when we walk, we want to do things. I think we could definitely do something in the script to so let's say if the player is moving, flip the sprite. That is something I wanted to do. So we want to do two things. One, we want to flip the sprite direction based on the direction of movement. And then we also want to switch between either the idle or the walk animation. So what is this doing? If the direction is not equal to 0, so direction is I think direction is going to be a number that's between -1 and +1. If the number is greater than some very small number, do we have an absolute direction? If it's not, then if x scale is greater than 0, set it to 1. Otherwise, I think we just set this to 1, right? So that's the default, right? So we set it to negative if it's greater than 0.1. So there's some substantial movement. Now I don't think this matters, right? So get axis. Well, it's not going to matter on keyboard anyway. It could matter for like with a controller. But it's going to be basically -1 or +1. So if it's negative action, so move right. If move right is 1, so we're moving right, then the direction will be -1. And so sign returns the same type of variance as paramex with -1 for negative values, +1. Okay. Cool. So if it's negative something, it'll be -1, and we invert that, so it becomes +1, and so the x scale is 1. If we're moving left, then it'll be 1, which will become -1. So we flip, we scale the sprite in such a way. Also, it's not. Let's see. Let's do on ready bar sprite is animated sprite 2D is animated sprite 2D, right? And so then instead of putting $sprite in our script, we can refer to that. And then we want to play the right animation. So we don't have a jump animation yet, but this is if we are on the floor and the velocity is significant, we run, otherwise we idle. And if we're not on the floor, then we jump, although we didn't call it run, we called it walk. Shall we try to add a jump animation? Sure. I feel like it's maybe these. It's so wrong. 72 by 97 with some X separation, offset. Maybe not an offset. How do I, if I just do this? Yeah, almost. Too far. And then I feel like this is not the right way to do it. It may just be an issue of this sprite sheet. Like maybe it would be better to like we have the individual, well, we have some individual images. Like here's a jump PNG. Like we could take these and paste. I don't think that worked. Clicking wrong things. Can we just like take these and put these in here? And then do that. And what does that look like? Sort of. Can you? No. Maybe it'll look better. Okay, and it shouldn't loop. Yes. Okay, let's save that. Run it. Okay, so our directionality is backwards. I spent all that minute explaining how it was right, only to be wrong. Yeah. Okay, I feel like when jumping, it shouldn't... I thought I set that to not loop. For the jump animation. Oh, it's probably... Right, it plays this on every physics process frame, right? Well, we can do something like this, right? So we can do like var started jump. So if you haven't started jumping, we start jumping and we play the animation. And then There's probably a better way of doing this. Bar started idle. Sure. I mean, really, if we're on the floor, we cannot have started jumping. Okay, let's see if that fixes our repeatedly playing over the same animation again. Yeah, that looks about like how I imagined it. So, why is Walk still playing? If I jump, then it goes away. We need to go... Why indeed? Let's get rid of this. Yeah. Okay, I would like to be able to jump higher. Oop. Hey, our death still. If we fall into the void, that still respawns us. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna go back to player. We're gonna change the jump velocity to -900. Oh, you know what it is? I think things are okay. Yeah, so let's dial that up more. Oops. 1200. Doesn't seem to have much of an effect. On the other hand, I mean, maybe... What if we go much bigger? 2200. I feel like that hasn't changed anything. Actually, just press move jump. Velocity y equals jump velocity. And we're not changing y somewhere down here, right? Okay. So why? Why indeed? Hold on. Negative 90,000. Does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh. I know why. So on in game, this player, this is what matters. Right? So this is an instance of the scene. Right? So this is effectively just the default that we're setting, right? So we have multiple layers of defaults, right? So we have the default in the code for the export. We have the default on the character body 2D node, which is then, since it's the top node for the scene, becomes the thing that we are using here. So this should be, we'll go back to -800 and try that whole series of events again. Yeah, now we can jump much higher, but we're very floaty. Can we increase gravity? Returns the gravity vector computer from all sources that can affect the body. Global world gravity. Okay, so there's probably a project setting. Physics. Default gravity is 980 pixels per second squared. And gravity goes down. Okay, that makes sense. Default is currently equivalent to Godot Physics 2D. It's the internal 2D physics engine, and then dummy is a thing that disables physics. Okay. Good to know. So do we dial up gravity? What is the difference between... I mean, because... So the gravity here is acceleration, right? Whereas jump velocity is kind of like impulse. I'm probably abusing physics terms, but when we jump, we're setting a velocity upwards. By increasing gravity, we make the character fall faster. So let's just try it. What if we dial this up? What does this look like? Okay, now we can jump the height I was kind of aiming for. But we don't launch ourselves into orbit. We fall down fairly rapidly. No double jumps yet here. But yeah. Okay, cool. And then all right, cool. What next? We could kind of weird that we're not like getting closer to the block. What's up with that? I see. No. Want that bottom to be right there, kind of at the bottom of the character. So the issue is that when we're jumping, I kind of want to edit this image so that it's taller. This is this duck image. This is jump, huh? I mean, I get why it's like that. Or is it, what am I trying to say? The thing that I was thinking is the jump animation, if the character like ducks and then jumps, would be kind of a cool kind of like animation there. And this is why it's not looping, right? So it's just one frame of this and then it switches to that. But the issue is then the collision shape doesn't make sense in this one frame. And I'm not sure what to do about that, other than, you know, we can just remove this frame. Yeah, that collision shape should just definitely be lower. Get down there. Something like that. Yeah, now we actually, like, we bonk the block. We bonk the block. Okay, so I think there's a lot of things we could do. But I think what I want to do is I want to play around with slopes and sliding, because that's an interesting kind of like interaction with the tile sets and tile map layer stuff. And we already made the slopes have oh, we're on erase mode, of course. All right, so we got that. And we can do this. Interesting. What's the key for picker? Okay, cool, we can pick. There you go. Is there a good... Let's do this. No, that's not quite right. I'm gonna do that. Nope. This. There we go. And we'll just go off to the side here. So I think all of these had their collision stuff set. So let's just see what this looks like. So I think there's two aspects to this. What I'm thinking of here. One is, okay, it's not bad. Like we can go up it, and we don't really go down it as much as we kind of jump. We don't have a sliding. Like we're just here. We're not sliding. And then there's also we could potentially have like an animation where you're sliding down. Okay, so physics enable. Okay. Maybe on the player, is there some stuff we need to do? Slide on ceiling. What is this? If true, during a jump against the ceiling, the body will slide. Okay. Floor. Stop on slope. If true, the body will not slide on slopes when calling move and slide when the body is standing still. So, we are calling move and slide. By default, only on the floor. So what is a floor? It's based on the angle, right? So, which direction does this go? So if we increase this, does that allow us to slide down the slope? It's the smallest thing. It's like, just look at the little the face of the character as it's like going down. Anyway, it's cute. Floor blocked on wall. If true, the body will be able to move on the floor only. This option avoids to be able to walk on walls. It will allow to slide down along them. Okay, so maybe Maybe it should be the other way? That doesn't seem right. It was 45 and we tried bigger. I mean, the slope that we are dealing with is like a 45-degree angle, right? There we go. Whee! That's what I was looking for. All right. Interesting. So I guess the max angle here is max to not be considered. I don't know. It's hard to interpret this description. We also can't walk up this slope. I would like to be able to walk up the slope. Maximum angle radians where a slope is still considered a floor or a ceiling rather than a wall. I see. So by decreasing this, we made that section not a floor. Which is essentially meaning that we're just falling. When true, the body will not slide on slopes when calling. Okay. The body will slide on floor slopes when velocity applies it downward. Oh, okay. So this is the issue. What we need to do in our script is we need to handle downwardness. So we're gonna add a export var slide velocity. That might be fine. We need to add that to our inputs though. So in our input map, we're going to add a new move slide. That's what I called it. Move slide. Add. And add a key, which on my keyboard will be R. And we play. That means when we go over to the slope, we don't go down it. I was hoping, okay, well. Okay, that doesn't work. It starts to work and then doesn't because we treated this like a jump. Where actually what we need to do is we need to say is there something like get axis but in multiple directions? Get vector gets an input vector by specifying 4 actions from the positive and negative x values. Okay. So we just do get vector. Oh, what did I just press? I don't know. So we could do get vector. And then we want move left, move right. Negative y, which is going to be move slide. And then we can just pass an empty string because we don't actually want to handle that other case. And then how much does this break things? Could we do something where we just say velocity? That's definitely not right. Velocity equals direction times vector 2. So we want speed for x, and we want slide velocity for y. And then direction is now this vector. So we need to pluck out x instead of just that. And let's see how broken this is. Well, we don't fall anymore. The direction is reversed for sliding. So that probably should be over here. Where were we applying gravity? Oh, I see. What, I guess we should actually just like add to the velocity. Do we... Let's see. What does this look like? We fall. Yeah, that's good. All right. Oh, yeah, okay, so times delta. All right. Save. Is that what's going on? Oh, we are wedged. Okay, so our character, we cannot have gaps that small. That's good. That's real good. All right. All right. So now we have this kind of like. So before we had just like instant. We would set the X and Y, and so we would have kind of so now directional controls are more like adding. Oh, that's weird. Why okay, that's not good. Okay, so we're gonna do velocity.x equals direction.x times speed, and velocity.y do we add? And we take the max of those things? That doesn't seem right. I don't know. This approach, let's unwind, because as cool as get vector is, I don't think this is what I want to do. So we're gonna go back to just using get axis. There we go. Okay, so if action press move slide and we are on the floor, then set the this is wrong. we want to set Y to be slide velocity, which is going to be positive. So yes, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we have a normal move. I feel so slow now. So we stand here. There we go. Okay, so we can slide very slowly. Let's just increase this. Maybe this will be 600. And yeah, I could change it in the editor, but it's fine. Here we go. Now just pretend we have a separate animation. Now if I'm just standing on the ground and I hold down R, it does nothing. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so that works. So if I'm holding R and I press S, I slide down the slope. I do see there's like one frame and there's one frame that has a little bit of a bleed over. That's okay. It's fine. All right. Oh. Okay. Well, that's all fun and all, but what are we doing? All right. So we have the camera thing going on. We have parallax. We have none of the rest of these things. What's next? Enemies? Oh, I guess so. Or yeah, we've been doing a lot of jumping, but it's been, you know, we've been our own enemy up until now. So we could add some enemies. Sure. How do we do that? Let's think about this. So it's going to be character body 2D. Excuse me. Collision shape or an area? Not a collision shape, probably an area 2D and an animated sprite. And that's it, right? Can we just let's mock something up here. So let's create a new character body 2D. Call it enemy. We need a what is this warning? This node has no shape, so it can't collide or interact with other objects. I guess it does need a collision shape so that it doesn't fall through the world. It's true. And then we want yeah, okay, so maybe so. And then some kind of sprite. We're just I'll use a sprite 2D for now. And we'll grab an image. We got some images. We have enemies. It could be a snail. Ooh, yeah. So let's do this. How has it been another hour? Where does the time go? Or a slime. I guess a slime is the thing to do, right? Yeah, let's do that. And on second thought, so let's do in fact add an animated sprite 2D. And let's go ahead and take this and move this. We'll save branch as seen, and this will be enemy. And so we'll work in here. We will add new sprite frames. And we're going to have a, I guess, default and autoplay default, and then we grab slime walk 1 and 2. Like so. There we go. And we create we select shape. This is going to be a capsule shape. See, is this easier to see if we put the collision shape below? Yes. And the capsule shape is just so that when we are moving around, can we rotate? Maybe capsule shape is not the right thing. Oh, we can rotate it. Nice. Okay, cool. That will make more sense for given the shape of this enemy. Something like this. What's it look like when this is moving? We might have to do something else for this, but that's fine for now. Okay, so we save that. And then the question is going to be, how do we make it move around in the world? Right, so if we have an enemy over yonder and we move it, and put it here on the ground, how does it work? I mean, it's just going to sit there, right? But how do we make him walk around? I'm not sure yet. But I guess we'll figure that out when we come back from the break.